So here is a pair of Salomons. I'm kind of looking at these. I found a bunch of different models that basically I wanted to take a look at. This is another one, which is the ACS Pro, and basically seeing what the difference was between this and the XT4 and the XT6. And with this one, it's got this kind of different sort of caging system really, so it's more for sort of stability, I think, as far as I remember. There is a specific name for it as well, but I'll probably find that out later on. And in all honesty, it's very similar to the XT4 and XT6, but this one's probably more trainer-like, so I think in a way the outsole is kind of more similar to an Air Max Plus in my opinion, whilst the other ones seem to have more of a rugged, slightly thicker outsole. And this one's good for kind of if you want to do sort of light hiking or just sort of walking in sort of different terrains. But the other pairs, the XT4 and the XT6, probably more so for properly hiking. This one I like the fact that it's different in the aspect of, like I said, the caging system. And I think in my opinion it has more sort of breathability as well, so it's probably a good one for sort of summer if you're sort of hiking in the summer, because as you can see here, it's got really kind of thin sort of this mesh material, and it's quite nice actually for basically breathability. And I also like they kind of mix it up a bit, so they've got kind of this dual loop system to get your foot in as well. And I'm a big fan of the quick lace system as well. That works really well, so you just sort of pull on this and tighten it up and you're kind of good to go. And basically it's a really cool sort of 2K runner vibes as well with this one. And I also like the colorway as well, so it's got kind of the yellow, black, white, and then sort of silver hits on it as well. So it's just a cool looking sneaker in my opinion.
So here are the details for the Salomon ACS Pro Lapis Blue and Buttercup Yellow. It comes in a Lapis Blue, Buttercup Yellow and black colorway, and it has a EVA midsole, and they have something which is what is called the carum structure. That's basically the cage type TPU that's used on the medial and lateral side of the sneaker, and it's basically made up of all synthetic materials. And it also has a quick lace system. This is something that Salomon do, and it's kind of similar to other sort of hiking shoes. And they also have a contagrip outsole, which is sort of good for usability. It's sort of good for durability and basically providing grip. And the price was £175. So in terms of comfort and sizing, these have a sort of medium to firm sole in my opinion, so it's slightly on the chunky side, less so than a XT4 and XT6, but still sort of on the firmer side. But they feel very much like an Air Max Plus TN, and I think they have good sort of neutral support around the arch. I wouldn't say it's like a runner, but it's meant to be more for walking, so for that, in that respect, there's plenty of sort of stability there. And because it's got predominantly sort of mesh upper, there's no sort of wearing time really. I think the only issue that you may have is basically the carum TPU structure that might be a little bit abrasive initially, but after a while it should sort of settle down. And you can go true to size on these. I think they work perfect true to size, but if you've got a wide foot, then maybe go up half size, because it fits very much like any other trainer. I think they have very good traction, so like any other sort of hiking trainer shoe, it's very good, and has quite a lot of thickness, and I think the durability will sort of last a while, and it's very stable as well on foot, so I do like that. And in terms of the look and style, so I think it's sort of divisive really. The colours are bright, so you've got the blue and you've got the yellow, but I think you can kind of wear these all seasons, but I think they're predominantly made for more hot weather really, because there's a lot of breathability and sort of open mesh material that's been used on the sort of lateral and medial side. So there isn't too much sort of protective elements. You only got that kind of around the sort of toe box area, so just be wary of that. But I think wearing them sort of more in hot countries, I think they're good to go, and also sort of spring summertime. And I think these ones sort of just casual really. You can't really rock them sort of smart casual, but they're good to sort of walk around in when you're kind of out and about. And I really like the lacing system. It's really cool. It's a different kind of look, and with these ones you've got the kind of weird sort of eyelets sort of locking the laces in place. So in terms of the final thoughts, I like the lacing system, so I'm a big fan of that. I think anything that has kind of no nonsense, quick lace up system is really good. And then basically I think they're great for sort of trail and hiking, like I said, especially during sort of spring, summertime, or sort of in hot weather for this particular model. And but I still think you can wear these sort of all seasons. Just don't expect it to be any kind of warmth, that's all. Salomon do really good in terms of their quality, so I really like this sneaker, and I don't think there's too much wrong with it. And they're very lightweight as well for sort of a hiking type shoe, trail shoe. It's really lightweight, and like I said, the stability. So I really enjoy that. I think it's really good. Cons, I think the cost is probably slightly too high on these. I think if they're priced sort of £150 mark would be good. And this particular colour is probably not for everyone. And also I think the style's not for everyone. So if you're not a fan of these, then you can probably go for the XT4 or the XT6. So in terms of the ratings, the look and style, I give it a 4 out of 5. I think it's a really nice sneaker, but I don't think it's as nice as a XT6. And the comfort, I give that a 4 out of 5. It's not like going to be sort of soft, plush comfort, but it's very sort of neutral. So it does sort of provide enough sort of a footbed for you to sort of be walking all day and not have any issues. And in terms of the quality, I give that a 5. I think, again, Salomon do a good job. They use, even though some of the materials are sort of synthetic, it is sort of nicely made and put together. And the pricing, I give that a 4 out of 5. It's priced slightly too high in my opinion. Overall, I give it a 4 out of 5. I think it's a really nice sneaker to kind of wear if you're sort of light hiking and kind of walking around it during kind of the sort of hotter months, really.